All
Right.
I can tell them is noble. It's universal law. It's a hermetic principle. The principle of vibration. What you put out is what you're gonna attract. And see, you know, you and see what people don't understand when you say what you put out, they think it's how they get dressed up or them putting on airs or something like that. That's not the case. What you put out is subconscious. It's what you really think about yourself. It's a lot of people out here putting on that really got low self-esteem. And those hunters out here know that you got low self-esteem because they know you pray. They know you pray. That used to be part of my game. I could size you up. You be sitting there with your 4 or 5 girlfriends. Weakest one out the bunch.
Noble, bruh, I just came here to talk some shit. What's up, Unc?
What's
Why
Right,
you
going
ain't
right,
on
been seeing
right.
that
today?
motherfucking content? Why
What's
you
going
ain't
on
been
today?
seeing you on my timeline? I thought we talked about this last time
Listen,
I
you
know,
and
right?
Noble was together.
listen,
I thought we
listen,
talked about this shit.
listen. I'm trying to get on the straight and narrow, but they keep pulling me back in. So I gotta spit
Man,
this game.
man, it's nice to see you though. I ain't seen you on my timeline and stuff like that, but now
Yeah.
that I see
It's
you, I'm
nice
like, I
to
ain't
see
seen
you
you on my
also. I
timeline.
seen you earlier. I was checking you out at work when you was on there spitting earlier when you was spitting a little game.
Man, listen.
You was
Listen.
giving them a
Oh, Miss
little
Tyree, Miss Tyree,
financial
Miss
advice.
Tyree. Before
Oh,
you can speak on this, but I want you to after you speak on Nick Cannon and whatever else you want to speak about, I want to hear your thoughts on Ebony as well. But go ahead.
you got a question?
Oh, what I mean,
Who your questions are?
okay, okay.
Put the questions. Put the questions out.
Cause my brain don't sit up and think about Nick
Mm.
Cannon. Cause I think he a weakest link. But anyway,
Okay, okay, okay. So, how did you feel about Nick Cannon having all these kids by different women before learning of this newfound information? And now that you know this information, um, does that change how you see his situation now?
look, I'm gonna tell you how I real. To keep it real. Listen, if a woman is dumb enough to lay up and have a baby by Nick Cannon, knowing that he ain't finna sit up there and wife her up, because don't we always say, don't y'all always say, marry before you carry? Now I've been hearing that all over this app for the last year.
That's what they be saying.
But
But
if that's what they
in,
say, and you
in
was a
that
woman,
instance, we talking about average everyday people.
listen,
This
listen.
might be an
All I'm saying,
this
let me
might
tell
be
you
an
something.
extenuating circumstance.
Listen, all I'm saying is, brother Storm,
Uh-huh.
I ain't giving my warm up for no damn money. That's what I'm
Uh,
saying.
an intelligent
I'm
woman
not
wouldn't.
doing it. I'm not doing it. And if Nick Cannon, he honestly can have as many kids as he can afford.
Mhm.
That's how I feel. And
And
as a
see,
woman, if that's what you want to do, if you want to sit up there and be laying up, get busting it wide open for dudes just because he got a lot of money, that's on you. That's on you.
and,
I just
and know what? She make a valid point, no, because see, you got to see, we look at it only from Nick Cannon's point of view. But what caliber of women is Nick Cannon having these babies by that they don't have a problem with having a baby by him just because he got some money?
I,
Are these the type of baby mamas that you want?
yeah, cause I guess because like you said, he had them first two from Mariah Carey, but he ain't pulled another caliber. He ain't got no another Mariah
No.
Carey caliber pregnant. Let's talk about that.
But see,
He
that
out here
goes to
dropping off babies, but he ain't dropping off babies and having women. That's a Mariah Carey. Let's talk
that
about that.
exactly. And see, that goes back to what I used to say when Kevin Samuels online, and then they made up all these parameters for high value men. See, you can't only try to make the parameters for being high value men monetary, because it takes a lot more to be a high value man than just
Yes,
monetary. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
It take a lot. You talking about a man that can practice discernment, a man that's magnanimous, a man that's pragmatic, a man that practice leadership. You talking about a whole lot of different qualities that man must encompass to be qualified to be high value, not just that he can make 100K a year.
yeah,
A clown
yeah.
can luck up and make 100K a year. And in my opinion, just from the outside looking in and what I know about men, I wouldn't classify Nick Cannon is a high value man. Not Nick Cannon is corny as shit for real.
I mean, but I guess what I'm saying is like, if it come all down to it, Mariah Carey, he should have did all he could to hold on to her. Cause he ain't never gonna come up on another one like that. I'm sorry. Let's look at Mariah Carey and just everything that she got and who she is. Fuck the money, right? She's like one of the number top, 4 female artists can sing in a 6-octane range. Do y'all know how hard that is? You know what I mean? Like, come
But
on,
see,
like he may be
then
out here
we
dropping off babies,
and
but
see
he
we
ain't gonna do.
introduce it.
He ain't gonna pull another one of those.
When you introduce facts like that, some men don't think in that kind of mindset. Some men don't think in that kind of mindset. You know, and a real high caliber man would have been looking at Mariah Carey as that's the retirement plan. You go ahead and get married, you sit your simple ass down, you raise your family and act like you got some sense. But that's not Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, one of them guys, he ain't get a lot until he got a lot. If
Right,
that makes sense to y'all.
right.
I understand.
And somebody said that he doesn't need Mariah Carey, but Mariah Carey didn't need him. Because see, one
They
thing
didn't need
about it,
each other.
it wasn't his first 2 kids from Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brothers. He didn't come to Mariah Carey with a whole bunch of baby mamas. Let's
No,
talk
he
about
couldn't
that.
have. He couldn't have.
If he
He
would
couldn't
have
have.
had a whole bunch of baby mamas, he would have not
And
gotten him on Mariah Carey.
and I
Let's
bet if
talk
they're
about that.
honest and they tell the story about who pursued who, he pursued Mariah Carey in that situation.
Absolutely.
And Mariah Carey make more money off them little simple ass Christmas albums than Nick Cannon make off all that other shit he do. Mariah Carey
So
killing them off them fucking
somebody in the
Christmas albums.
comments just said that Mariah Carey is not high value. I'm gonna go ahead and let you take care of that.
Where I can't even. Well, shit, as far as superstars go, I don't know how you couldn't classify her as high value. Anything that disqualify her, you can't really put it on her. She only been associated with 3 men over almost a 30-year career. Tommy Mottola, which was the boss of all bosses in the music industry.
Come
Then she was
on.
attached to Eminem, probably one of the biggest rap stars all time. And that was just some quasi bullshit that didn't really make no difference. And then Nick Cannon, what you can call a media mogul amongst black people. So I don't know how you can't call her high value. She got a little few mental issues, but that you look like she
But
done
she only
cleared that
got
up.
2 kids though.
Exactly.
She
You
got
know,
2 kids that she had inside her marriage to her
exactly.
husband.
Yeah.
She ain't no baby mama. She was a wife.
Miss
Be-
Tyree.
Before she
So
got married, I mean, before she had her kids. So you can't detract from her for that. Now,
Go
some
ahead.
different esoteric stuff. Then when you delve into the inner workings of Hollywood, you can throw on her. But this ain't the time or the place to go into that. We just talking about superficial. Because see, when you're dealing with Hollywood, dealing with a lot of subliminal and superbliminal shit that's going on.
You got
But
my
it is
thing
what
right
it is.
here. James in the comments, he said, but she been married like 4 times. Brother, your
Married
mama
four
couldn't get a
times to
married.
who?
She got 5 rings. Your mama couldn't get 1. Let's talk
But
about that.
she's been married 5 times to who? Because to my understanding, she's only been married to Tommy Mottola and Nick Cannon. Who is the
I'm
other?
talking to the brothers in the comments. He talking
Yeah,
about something,
I
but she
think
been
that's what
married 5
I'm
times.
talking to
Why
him
you worried
also.
about
I'm
how many
talking to him
times
also.
she been married? Your
Yeah.
mama couldn't even get 1 ring. Why you
To my
worried about her?
knowledge,
She
yeah.
had 5.
To my
You know who
knowledge,
I'm
she only
talking
been
about.
married twice. Tommy Mottola and Nick Cannon. He might be getting her confused with J Lo. J Lo been married about 5 times. Mariah Carey hasn't.
Anyway, next.
so Miss Tyree, a lot of women will gladly excuse me, a lot of women will gladly be a part of a rich man's harem of women than be the only woman for an average or below average man. Do you agree or disagree?
I would disagree.
Okay, why would you disagree?
I would disagree because the average woman these days, like the average woman, I'm just talking about the average woman I know, we ain't trying to be a part of no harem. Like we really don't have to. I think that men who are able to pull women who are like in a harem like that, they're pulling women of like in my opinion, of low value. You know what I mean? Because ain't no man coming to Tyree talking about some, hey baby, I want you to be in a harem. They not coming to me with no shit like that. They just not. Like
Even
Yeah,
even if he said, listen, I'm gonna put you up somewhere. Anything you need, anything you want, I got you. It's still gonna be no.
I live that life now. I live that life
And,
now.
and you know what? I would agree with her. It's a certain standard of woman that ain't going for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, me being in all my player glory, if I rolled up on a joint like Mariah Carey, I know there's no way I'm gonna put Mariah Carey in a harem. But
Thank
Mariah
you.
Carey is gonna be the full 1K plan though. You see what I'm
That's like
saying?
you
I'm
asking.
cashing out on that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's like you asking Misty Copeland to be in a harem.
Yeah, come. You know, it's certain caliber women you ain't gonna put in a harem, but you don't need them to be in a harem because they raise your stock up automatically.
That's like you asking Meghan Markle to be in a damn harem.
Well, Meghan Markle ain't nobody. She just married the prince. That hoe ain't nobody.
I mean, but at the end of the day, he chose her. At the end
That's
of the
true.
day, if
That's
you look
true.
at their
That's true.
documentary, he pursued her. So she
That's
may not
true.
be
But
shit, but I tell you what,
Prince Harry ain't nothing
he
special.
saw
And they
something he
made a
wanted.
big deal about Markle. But if you know them people got black all in their family. Princess, what is it? Charlotte of Mecklenburg. That lady was black. That's who Charlotte, North Carolina's named after. Them people got black all in their family. They know it.
You said, Mary couldn't marry him if she wasn't in those circles. Do you know that he literally saw this woman on Instagram and
Yeah, he
said,
met.
"Who is that?"
Yeah, no, she wasn't running in them circles. She was out. She was
No,
just
she
a
wasn't.
regular.
No, she
Yeah,
wasn't. He saw this
yeah,
woman on Instagram and he
yeah.
said, "Who is that?"
Yeah, she was an
He found the
aspiring
woman
actress
off
or some shit. She
Instagram
wasn't nothing special. She wasn't nothing special with a little half breed ass.
and she had some clothes on.
Exactly.
So Miss Tyree, what do you think is more important for a child? Having everything they need and being provided for, or having an emotional, loving connection with their parents? So that time spent. So
Having
like,
having an emotional, loving connection with their parents.
okay, so if you okay, so OG was talking about how Nick Cannon, even with his 11 kids can be more like well taken care of and grow up better than a lot of people that got one kid just because of the resources that he has. And what OG said, and even what Nick Cannon said in this article, is that he feels a way that he's not able to spend as much time with his kids as he wants to. But he says that when he is with his kids, it's the quality of time that he spends with them, and that's what like is important. So like, what do you have to say to that?
Well, my thing is just being somebody who's well traveled all around the world and been stationed with people from all walks of life. Here's my thing right here. Some of the most messed up people walking around
Are
came
rich
from
people.
well-to-do
Hmm.
families who gave them everything except love, emotional support, and a whole bunch of stuff. Some of the people out here who are doing the best in life grew up in poverty and got it out the mud. So I'm not gonna sit up there and say that money can solve our problems because it's a lot of people who coming from well-to-do families who shooting up schools,
And you can agree with that. But like
who
I
doing a
said,
lot of
and,
bullshit.
and and what I was going towards more to the effect of that a man's time spent with his children should be quality time. Right now in
Mhm.
society, you got this thing where people are trying to be like a man should spend as much time nurturing his children as a woman does. A man is not a nurturer like a woman is. So you can't
I
expect that from
agree.
a man.
I completely
But
agree.
the quality of the thing about with men rearing children is not the quantity of time they spend, but the quality of time. And when you're a man, you have to have knowledge to instill upon these children. That's the main thing. A lot of these dudes shouldn't even be having children because they couldn't even guide a dog. Some of them got pit bulls out here that's mangy, and they having kids. They shouldn't even have no kids
But listen,
because
but listen,
they can't
look how
even
many
guide their
people we
own
know,
life.
OG, who grew up preachers' kids, who was in
Hmm.
church, who grew up
The worst
preachers'
one.
kids, who grew up with all kind of privileges.
Yeah,
Right now, them they asses strung out on drugs, in
yeah.
prison, all
The
kind
worst
of shit.
one. The worst one.
I give you an example.
My
Some of them.
oldest son's
Look
mother.
at Ti son.
Yeah,
Ti,
my
why is your
oldest
son out
son's
here robbing
mother.
people?
My
You don't
oldest
gave your
son's
son
mother's
everything. He out here robbing
grandmother
people.
was the first lady of a church. So I know how that is. Cause she was supposed to be
Oh
up
my
at the
God.
university. Instead, she won't come roll with the trap stars. You know what I'm saying? She won't hang with me.
That's not
She the
true. He talking
she
about
the
something
flunk
not true. It's single parent households. No, it's not. Because
she
see,
the
our
flunked out of
generation,
university
me and
won't hang
Storm
out with the stars.
generation, our two generation, me and him, our generation, we grew up in dual parent households. And guess what? Them children had the same amount of fucking issues. What are y'all talking about? A lot of people who grew up in dual parent households, they have issues too. We done seen it. Stop sitting up there trying to make it seem like this just started happening with single parent household. Because it didn't.
I think the single parent households do exacerbate the situation, but I can't attribute it all to single parent households either. Because I know a lot of people that came from single parent households that have made successes of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And then, but like I said, you can't talk about the single parent households without talking about the damn crack and the gang violence and the
Well,
heroin and
we
the mass
already,
incarceration.
we
So if we're
already
gonna talk about
connected
it, we're
on
gonna
that.
talk about
Yeah,
it. But we're not
we
about to sit
already,
up there and make it seem like it's just single parents when a lot of single parent homes got created when doggone freebase hit the streets in 1980s.
when they was basing, baby,
Let's not talk
Richard
about
Pryor,
you know, if you're gonna talk about it, talk about it. A lot of this stuff that
Richard
happened with
Pryor
single
bought it out.
parents, a lot of people lost their parents all just like that when freebase hit the street. A lot of y'all
Yeah,
ain't even old enough to even know what
yeah.
freebase
And
is.
and the government introduced that.
Come on, let's talk about it.
Garrett Garrett Webb's book Dark Alliance chronicles that.
Come
They brought
on,
that in here.
come on.
The
So Miss
Reagan
Tyree, I think I already know what you're gonna say to this because you kind of already touched on it, but tolerate things from higher earning men that they won't tolerate from whatever they deem to be average or below average earning men. True or false?
I disagree.
Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
come on now, you
No,
being
let's hear it out.
Can
Let's
disingenuous
I
hear it
now.
out.
You
finish?
know, you know a woman to take some shit off of a high value man, she won't take off no low level man. Come
But
on now.
it's a lot of people out here putting up with some bullshit from low level men though. For
I
all
gotta
y'all be
agree.
sitting
I
up there,
gotta
hold on,
agree. I
Noble, because I'm gonna
gotta agree
quote
with
you.
you.
You talking
I
about
gotta agree
y'all,
with you.
you and your business partner love getting over here talking about how Pookie and Ray Ray is impregnating all the women and Pookie and Ray Ray, you know, getting all the hoes and how women would rather be with a Pookie and a Ray Ray. So, brother, look at me, Storm. If that's true, if what you saying that a woman will put up with more bullshit, that's not true. Y'all are literally proving yourself
But
wrong.
hold
If
on.
you
Listen. Hold on, listen now. And I agree with you. It's a lot of low level men that's out here that's driving them Nissan Altimas, dropping them girls off at Amazon too.
But
So
what I'm
it
saying
yeah,
is, so
I
what
agree.
you
I'm
saying
agreeing with
is
you.
that's
I'm
a
agreeing with
that's is that not a low level man?
you. Yeah,
So
it's a low level.
women are out here putting up with bullshit from low. A lot of women
They
out here
putting
putting
up
up with
with it
low
from low
shit.
level men, but but let me tell you something. A woman will put up with a little bit more for a man that she deems to be high
No, but
value.
let me ask
But
Mister.
women up
Okay,
here putting up with a whole bunch of stuff. Go ahead.
okay, so but Mister, you're right about that, but okay, I want to know what you think is the reason that women are putting. There are some women out here that are putting up with so much from a man that they have really no business like even dealing with in the first place.
I guess
They,
it would. I guess it would. I really think it depends on the type of woman. Number one, you know what I mean? Because we do have, you know, we coming up on a lot of the women y'all talking about. Because you ain't talking about like these older women. You talking about the younger women. A lot of
yeah.
these, we talking about a lot of people who didn't grow up without a father.
hmm
Sometimes didn't grow up without a mother and a father or a mother. You talking about people who doggone was born strung out on crack. I mean, come on,
A lot of them over
we looking at
sexualized.
the first generation of crack babies,
Yeah.
right or wrong.
A, a
We
lot
were
of
the
them is
first
over
people who laid
sexualized
eyes on
too.
crack
They,
babies.
they
And a
they
lot of those
put
crack
too
babies
high of a
now are like
value on
30,
some dick.
35, 36 years old. That's the reality. We looking at generations upon generations of babies who literally was growing up strung out on crack. And crack
They
stunts your mental growth and development. So a lot of
yeah.
times you feel like you can't do no better. That could be it.
But let me drop something on you that's even more profound than that. A lot of these kids went into the school system, right? and they was introduced to the special education system.
Yep.